Why do so many travelers skip Belgium? It's got beautiful squares, charming towns, idyllic canals, impressive art, delicious food, plus the best beer and chocolate. And it does that all with a side of colorful quirkiness. Often overlooked for its larger and splashier neighbors like France, Italy, England, or Germany, Belgium is one of those countries that many people don't even think about. Well, we spent 4 days finding out for ourselves why this little country is a small jewel and should not be missed. We arrived in Brussels, and after checking into our hotel, we headed out to explore the city. Located in the north of Western Europe, it is sandwiched in between more famous and visited France, Germany, and the Netherlands. We have 4 days to explore, and because it's a relatively small country, we will be doing several day trips to Bruges and Ghent using Brussels as a home base.
It's a little too early for a beer, but we're still checking out the menu. It's kinky and cozy.
Sitting at the center of Brussels is Grootmarkt, or Grand Place Square, considered one of the most beautiful squares in the world. Almost 7,500 square meters large, the square has been Brussels' central hub and is lined by the former but still opulent Guildhalls, the City Town Hall, and the Brussels City Museum.
I think one of the top 3 squares I've been in. This is one of the prettiest. Lots of little ornate buildings, gold leaf on them, statues on the sides, just the architecture, various Gothic types of architecture, Baroque architecture. If you like architecture, this is a great square. It's also a really pretty square.
It is so detailed and ornate, and you just keep finding things to look at. Not only are we seeing this beautiful square, but in my opinion, one of the best, most important things here in Brussels is the chocolate. So it is our mission now to visit as many chocolate shops as we can and do taste tests in every one. Really rough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Chocolate is a €4 billion business, and there are over 2,000 chocolatiers in Belgium, and most of the chocolate produced is made by hand. Our plan was to visit 4 chocolatiers and sample each of their main specialities. Mostly all are smaller and local or handcrafted, and we avoided the international chains like Godiva and Leonidas. Plus, as we walk in between each shop, we get to see a little bit more of the city.
So there are 2 things we have to try here. The Belgian praline, which they invented, and the cornet doré, I think it's called. Little chocolate cones. So we went to New House first, and we got 4 to go try. But the building is the chocolatier is housed where Victor Hugo used to live, so a little bonus history. But we got chocolate to go eat.
So I got this cute little cornetto. It is hazelnut with hazelnut pieces inside. So cute.
It's just good.
You just can't go wrong. Delicious.
So my first one is the Caprice, which is dark chocolate with a Madagascar vanilla cream. Oh, it's crunchy. Did not expect crunchy. I'm getting more chocolate than the vanilla cream. I'm not gonna complain.
Okay, my next one, salted caramel. You get the hint of salt. There's a crunchy bit on the bottom, the ganache in the middle. Not overly caramely, but very delicious.
So my final one is one with the ouzo in it. Never had ouzo, so I don't even know what it tastes like to begin with, but thought we'd try it. I think it's one of my favorite. The ouzo one's got a little bit more of a fruit flavor to it. I guess ouzo maybe is a fruit. Dark chocolate yet again, creamy center, but not that loose cream. It's like very firm cream. The Neuhaus invented the Belgian praline, which is different than the American praline, like you find in New Orleans. They're more like soft centers with cream or ganache or whatnot with a harder coating of chocolate, maybe like a little cracker or something at the bottom, make it a little crunchy. But These are really good. I don't know how we're gonna get through. We have 4 stores we want to hit today. I'm not sure how we're gonna hit 4 stores, but we're gonna make an attempt.
So the next place we're going to go to is actually 2 doors down from the first place we went to. So our second chocolate tasting is from Mary, and she was the first female chocolatier here in Brussels, and they were also a supplier of chocolates to the royal family. So let's dig in. Here we go. It is a champagne truffle with powdered sugar on the outside. Crunchy outside.
It's champagne?
I think it's like the rosé champagne. So I can taste a little bit more of kind of rosé flavor. It's delicious. The inside is really soft, outside is really crunchy. It's delicious. Chocolates don't suck here.
This one is the Albert, dark chocolate with a walnut inside on top. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, that's really rich. White, I don't know if that's white chocolate or white ganache. Chocolate ganache. This is now my favorite. That is really good.
This one is called the Mary, which is the speciality of the shop. Hazelnut. I love this one. The last one was good. This one is probably one of my favorites.
We believe this one is chocolate ganache inside. This one we believe has coffee inside, or coffee or caramel, we're not sure.
Yeah, straight up ganache. Of all the ones we've had so far today, and this is our 8th chocolate. Least favorite, just chocolate ganache, pretty standard. It's not bad, just not my favorite.
Needing a little break from chocolate, we went to check out something else the city is known for, statues.
Wow, look at the boy peeing.
To be honest, not sure why that's really kind of a thing. There's apparently 3 statues here in Brussels that celebrate peeing. You have the boy, you have a little girl, and you have a dog. So we'll check those out later. And you know what? It makes it quirky, it makes it unique. It makes it uniquely Brussels.
That takes it to a whole nother level. Very appropriate that this is right next to the beer place.
You can't just live by chocolate alone. We're here by Delirium Cafe and checking out the Genicapis, little girl peeing statue, but we're right by Delirium, so we're gonna grab a beer.
Beer is a major part of Belgium's food culture. There are over 200 breweries producing almost 1,500 beers in a country just a bit bigger than the U.S. state of Maryland.
So I tried a fruit-flavored ale, so I tried a peach ale. It smells very peachy. Very fruity, obviously. Very peachy, light, cold, delicious.
And I just went for their straight Pilsner Campus, something simple. A lot of Pilsners are very bitter. This is very smooth, much cleaner tasting, fresh tasting too. I like this one a lot. They had probably about 15 to 20 beers on tap. A lot of them higher alcohol content, 8%, 9%. We are barely breaking noon here, so having an 8% beer, probably not the smartest idea unless we want to just go take a nap, so we're keeping it light for the first round.
Can't come to Belgium without getting fries.
There you go. We have mayonnaise and a curry, and then curry ketchup. So 2 curries, but gotta get a mayonnaise-based one since you're here. They're hot. always do that. They're really good, freshly fried, soft and fluffy, crispy. A little crispy on the outside, but fluffy. Sauce is really nice. Curry sauce. I like that one.
Got a hot one. Curry ketchup is really nice too. Both the sauces are delicious.
Very good. So my life is now complete. I have seen 3 peeing statues. Don't need to do any more. I've done it all. So the nice thing about Brussels is that everything is within like a 5-10 minute walk of itself. So going around and checking out the different places, it's not a lot of walking. It's good to get some walking on, especially since you're eating chocolate, you're eating fries, you're eating waffles, but it's not super exhausting.
This is such a cute place to just walk around. There's tons of cafes, shops, restaurants.
Having our fill of quirky statues, it was time to continue our chocolate tour.
Okay, we got super fancy chocolates. Here we couldn't choose, so we just got a pre-packaged assortment. So we got our super fancy chocolates.
So they have a little key here to help decode all the different types of chocolate that comes in the little box. So this is the black currant one. Oh yeah. You can get the tartness and some of the sweetness, but that's really good. These are super fancy. I feel like I need to wear a tuxedo or something to eat these.
It's a pan with vanilla, honey, comfy orange, and pistachios. The marzipan, pistachio, it's one of my favorites. So we're a little chocolated out. So the last place we're trying today, we just got it to go. So there are some hot chocolate squares that you just take the spoon and put it in milk, hot milk, and we have some hot chocolate.
Belgium and Brussels in particular is known for comics, with such characters as Tintin, the Smurfs, Broussaille, and Lucky Luke. On our way to dinner, we thought it would be fun to do a mural crawl that celebrates their love of comics.
It's kind of cool just kind of wandering around, checking out all the different murals.
I think I'm gonna get the bolo bond.
And I'm gonna get the moule frite, and they're a Belgian specialty. So.
Got my bolo bond.
And I got the moule frite, mussels, white wine, onions. They're a little briny. Taste of the sea.
As the sun set, we capped off the night with a walk back to the Grootmarkt. If it was pretty during the day, it was even prettier all lit up. As a small country, there are a couple easy day trips from Brussels. Pretty much anything is an hour away or so. And today we were heading north to the medieval city of Bruges.
Well, that was relatively easy. 1 hour train ride. A little early, but
Took a nap?
we took a nap on the train. Now we're in Bruges and we're gonna head into town.
So pretty and so quiet. It's nice and early on a Sunday morning.
It's one of the most idyllic towns we've been in. It's so peaceful and calm here. Willows going into the water, swans over here, beautiful bridges, green everywhere. The perfect way to spend a Sunday morning.
So while this bridge looks really old, it's only about 100 years old. That makes it one of the younger bridges here in Bruges.
We have it all to ourselves. think we're both loving the quiet streets. Easy to walk around. Nobody else out. It is a beautiful day here, and almost have the town like to ourselves. This is just such a gorgeous town. I think the viewpoints get better and better. This one is tops the last two. So a lot of it is original buildings. During World War II, they didn't bomb this town as much as they did other parts of Europe, and so you get this beautifully preserved canals and buildings and just oozing charm everywhere. The church behind us has a relic of the blood of Jesus Christ. It's only available for viewing between 12 and 4, and we're a little early for that. But it's a beautiful church. Highly recommend going inside anyway. The stained glass in there is amazing. And the church, all the artwork in there is very pretty as well. But if you want to see the relic of the holy blood between 12 and 4.
This square would be perfect except for the fact that there's a Burger King and a Dunkin' right over there.
Which one do you want? We got our fresh waffle. It's the first one in Belgium. I'm gonna go find a place in the square to go sit and eat it. So,
all right, what happened here?
So total failure. The whipped cream just slid right off the waffle and landed on the floor and on my leg. All right, well, despite the epic fail of all the whipped cream and half the chocolate falling off, we're still going to eat it because it's still, the waffle's still good. Despite my failure to eat it, it's nice and crisp on the outside. It's delicious. What a waffle should be. Oh, chocolate's really good. But when you're walking with it, you can see how the paper is open on one end. Tilt it back a little bit further, even keeping it flat as you're walking, it'll just slide right out.
Of course I wear my white top today and I get chocolate all over it. That's
We're not
nice.
sure how.
What a disaster.
Can't take you anywhere.
Crisis averted, went into a shop. A lot of shops are closed actually because it's Sunday, but found a shop and actually found a cheap shirt on sale for €7, so pretty good deal. Crisis averted. No chocolate stains.
So while it sucks getting up early, the benefit yet again is that we got here to Bruges without the crowds. Now it is just getting overrun with tour groups. So we got to enjoy the canals nice and quiet. And now we're gonna go to
Beer factory, beer tour.
beer tours. So we're gonna get out of the crowds and go
Have some beer.
have some beer. The De Halfman Brewery is a generation family brewery. They have been brewing at this site for 5 centuries. And to learn more about the brewery and the brewing process, we joined a tour.
Which is our best-selling beer for the moment.
Yesterday we spent a lot of time eating chocolate. This afternoon we are going to make chocolate.
Gonna get suited up. I just want to eat it. I don't want to make it. just finished our chocolate making class.
It was a lot of fun. Ate a lot of chocolate. We have a box of chocolates each to go because I think we're a little chocolated out at this point.
Yeah, I don't think I could eat any more chocolate today at least.
No, not today.
But Tom was very enthusiastic, our teacher. So it was fun. We had a good time. We enjoyed it. We made little chocolates. We're going to take them home. We're not going to eat them now. We're going to go get a beer. It's a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. Pretty good day here in Bruges.
It's been super relaxing. There was probably midday-ish, a few hours where there were tons of tour groups. But thankfully, we had our brewery tour, which was really cool. Right to our chocolate making class.
Chocolate making, that's not tour.
That was a few hours. So by the time we got out of the chocolate making class, we've come to the main square, and it's really emptied out a ton.
Oh, and this city alone, I think, is worth coming to Belgium. It's beautiful. Being quiet in the morning, with all the canals, and then you got the beautiful squares. Of course, you got your chocolate shops, you got your breweries, but you can make a really good trip out of coming just to Bruges.
That's nice. So a lot of places we read, it said, oh, you could do it in a half a day.
Yeah.
But I feel
it's worthwhile.
It's worthwhile to just spend more time here and relax and not be in such a hurry.
Exactly. We enjoyed a drink on the square, but we're not going to eat here because it's a rip-off. And the food is generally never good on the square, especially a main square. So we're heading to a restaurant, a typical Flemish restaurant. Let's try some Flemish Belgian dishes.
I am having a soup tonight, which is a cauliflower soup with shrimp. It's pretty good. You can see little shrimps in here. And we got the croquette. You find croquettes on every menu.
And I got the Flemish beef stew, which seeing on the menu and had to get. So chunks of beef and a gravy, onions. A little bit of a sweet sauce. Not what I expected. But this is really good too. Meat is very tender. It is a good comfort dish. So my dish comes with applesauce, and it's not a typical American applesauce. It's warm, it's chunky, it's really good. But I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with it. Am I supposed to put it with the beef, the stew, or just eat it separate? Separate, it's great. The stew, it's kind of an odd combination. But separate, delicious, great, love it. I really like Bruges. That was a great day.
Back at the train station, we are going to Ghent.
On the same train line to Bruges, it's only a half as far and a quick 30-minute ride from Brussels. So first impressions of Ghent. We came out of the train station. It's quite a distance to get to the downtown area of the old town. Gonna take a tram, no problem. But as soon as we get here, it feels like a really strong mix of modern and old, but sort of haphazard. You have a old looking building next to a very modern building. I wouldn't say as impressive as a first view as we had yesterday in Bruges. But let's see if that stays true.
Gravenstein from the 1100s, so pretty dang old.
So Ruth doesn't find the castle that impressive. I actually think it kind of is. It's not huge by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really well intact, really well preserved. You can see all the details, and when you stand at the bottom of it, it looks pretty impressive looking straight up. This castle was built in the city center, as opposed to castles being on the peripheral to protect the city. This one was just purely for show and ego. So the count. So it was the count who built it in the middle of the city just to show off how wealthy he was. He lived in it for such a little period of time because the inside was cold, dark, and depressing. But this wasn't for fortification, even though it looked like it could defend itself. It was just purely for show.
The historic center of Ghent is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the best way to see it is by boat.
Hello, welcome again on the little boats of Ghent. Very romantic.
Fun boat ride.
Well, that was a fun 50-minute little boat tour around Ghent. Got to see all the little sights, pretty views.
This is the Padishal neighborhood, and there's just people, restaurants, cafes lining the street. A lot of international restaurants and ethnic food and stuff. But it's just quiet, really quiet. It's nice. That's a big cannon.
Art can take many forms, and this whole street is a masterpiece.
This has reminded me of in Brushoff, that little tiny narrow lane.
Yeah.
It was all graffiti.
There's a lot of cool art that comes out of graffiti and the style and the look of it. When it's done right and done with thought and process and not just tagging, it's really cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. I always like when graffiti is done with a purpose. I feel like this building would make more sense in like Norway or...
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's huge. There's Ruth. Look at the scale of this. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. It's like a market, like you do a market underneath this?
I think I figured it out. I think this is where they have the Friday market, which has been in existence here every single Friday in this city, even during World War I and World War II. The only time it's ever been closed was during COVID.
While we are big museum people, we do appreciate how churches are a great purveyor of art. St. Bavo's Cathedral houses one of the most famous pieces of religious art in the world, the Van Wyck altarpiece. It is one of the most stolen paintings in history. Last stolen by the Nazis in 1942, it was recovered by the Allies in 1945 and was featured in the 2014 film The Monuments Men. Back in Brussels, there was only one place we wanted to go. It was our final morning before heading to the airport. We were still on the quest for Brussels' best frites and waffles.
Now these are frites. Super hot, straight out of the fryer. These are good.
Are they better than what we've had?
I think so. They're crispy on the outside, soft, fluffy on the inside. Delicious.
So worth coming down here. So these are, I think, the best frites we've had since we've been here. They're at a place called Friet Flagley in a square in the Excel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Excel neighborhood. You can get the 71 bus from the center where the Grand Market is and all that to get up here. But certainly worthwhile to come here and wait and get these.
Now we're going to have our quest to find the best waffle.
So we got one place that we've read about from multiple different sources. We're going to try find it and get it and see if it lives up to that hype. So we come to Galette and they made it fresh. It is burning hot. My hand, I can barely hold it. That is really good. Caramelized sugar, soft. It's not crispy. Maybe when it cools down a bit more, it'll become crispier, right? This is what we were wanting. This is really good.
So while it may seem all we do when we travel is eat, we do a lot of other things besides eating. But we do enjoy food, we do enjoy trying new things and trying to find the best of what a city has to offer. So here's to waffles.
So should you come to Belgium, it has the architecture, canals, beauty, and art just like its neighbors. Come on, it even has a peeing boy statue as its national icon. Who doesn't like Quirky? And then there is the food, mole frites, Flemish stew, and more. But even if Belgium had none of those things, and it only had beer, chocolate, fries, and waffles, if that's all there was, that's okay. Because they do them amazingly well, and it's worth coming and tasting them for yourself. And with that, hopefully we've inspired you to add Belgium to your upcoming travel list.